Hi, I'm Eliza Cabana, editor of Aesthetic Authority, and today I'm joined by Sam Peak, CEO of Incredible Marketing. He's joined us to talk a little bit about today how marketing has changed during COVID-19. Sam, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Eliza, for having me. I appreciate it.
So maybe we can start with just sort of a marketing overview. What does the landscape look like and how have things in general changed?
I think that 2020 has provided a very unique, challenging, um, and interesting landscape. I think that, talking to both practices and people that are marketing influencers, you try to find something that this is like, per se. Is this like 2008? Is this like another time in our history? And to be quite honest, it's unique. It's unique because we are so much more technologically advanced than we've ever been before, and dealing with some of the issues that it's been a really, really long time since this country or this world has had to deal with. And so, trying to find solutions in a world that is now internet based, that is now spending a lot of its time online, it just provides an opportunity, in my opinion, to come up with new and interesting solutions. And the biggest way in which that's kind of manifested itself is telehealth, um, the ability to reach out to a provider from the comfort of wherever you may be, as well as a real dedication, it seems like so far, by providers to providing the safest environment for what the patient needs. And the patient really is deciding that and making those decisions. Some are regionally specific, some are much more kind of go with the flow, and some have the highest and most strictest compliance needs. And I think that you see practices adapting to that and really kind of changing the way they do business.
So if we drilled down a little bit and made it a little bit more specific and or applied it to, what practices are doing with regards to their marketing, how does that translate?
I think the utilization of social media as a real bilateral means of communication to a much wider audience than has ever been tapped into before. I think that you had certain practices that were much more savvy and willing to reach out to people and use it both as a marketing, communication, um, and kind of community platform previously. But I think that with everything going on, practices, for lack of a better term, have had to fall back to that being a primary source of communication and letting people know this is what we have going on and this is what the practice looks like. These may be our standards or our hours, or these are the steps we're taking to make the practice meet the standards that you require. Um, Regardless of what that communication message has been, I think the utilization of social media has become more important than ever. And I think people, regardless of the savviness of their marketing previously, have really seen that as the way to connect. And then, of course, being able to open up their practice via telehealth and telemedicine, and being able to offer virtual consultations that only a handful of practices were doing previously. Getting patients in and out is a much tougher assignment nowadays. The limitation on the amount of patients and often social distancing and um, all the other rules that we're so familiar with already. Now you get the opportunity to schedule back to back to back consultations. You're able to do so in a compliant, HIPAA compliant, privacy compliant way. And it really gives more flexibility to the practitioner as well. And I think that from a marketing perspective, being able to show that you are at the cutting edge of technology and utilization, you've seen a real success with some practices that have been on top of those things. And then conversely, unfortunately, some people that have not been willing to adopt or are looking to essentially kind of roll back to where things were previously. The struggles I think are going to continue on for them because I think the genie's out of the lamp a little bit.